Hey everybody, today it's about 4 days before Christmas, and here we are out at Lady Bird Johnson Park near Fredericksburg. They have a golf course out here. They have a nice dam I'll take you guys up to in a second, and we have golf course out here, and I like to come out here and just spend some time in the evenings. Mainly, sometimes I'll come during the middle of the day and have lunch out here. Very peaceful spot. Some beautiful big oaks right here, as you can see, spreading out in this part of the park. Yeah, today, man, I'm just taking a walk, and probably about 2:30 in the afternoon here on Sunday, enjoying this beautiful place. There's a cypress tree mixed in, I'll give you guys, just by this beautiful stream that flows out here at Lady Bird. Again, just out here walking the trails. One of the trails out here is the Loop Nature Trail, and I'm fixing to take the part where it goes around to a stream. I'll give you guys a view of the trails out here. This trail is not that big. It probably is about maybe a mile, and I usually walk it 2 or 3 times in one outing just to get my feet and my body moving. It's nice out here. Like I said, it's quiet. Got some good mix of terrain. Got some mesquite trees mixed in out here. I've done a little fishing out here, and you can see this rocky outcrop right here. I think this is granite mixed in right here in Fredericksburg. Right here, probably, man, we're probably a mile and a half or 2 from downtown Fredericksburg. And you can see the body of water that flows through here. I've caught some bass in that water right there. Really a nice little place to come and spread your legs and spread your mind and let your mind be at ease out here. Really a quiet, quaint place. So, again, just wanted to come to you guys on this Sunday and say hello and show y'all another part of Fredericksburg. We're going to come down to a small creek crossing along this journey. But yeah, man, here it is. 2025 is getting ready to close out, and what a year it's been. A new year coming to an end. It just seems like 2025 just started and it's already gone. And the next thing you know, as you live this life, you know what I'm about to say is, as soon as you get prepared for the holidays, they're gone. And then you're on to the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And then, man, it seems like the next thing you do, that year's flown by. And, you know, at an older age, it seems like the years are flying. And once you get past, I would say 40 in my lifetime, when I got to 40, 20 years later, here I am looking at 60, and it flew by. This creek with the water streaming through here. I don't know if this is picking it up, but I think it is. There's some bass in this little stream, and there's some perch that are always ready to jump on your hook. And if you're good enough to get it in there, they're good enough to jump on your line every now and then. You never know. You might catch a few, you might not. Just come out here and have a good day outside. Yeah, like I was saying, man, you know, the years fly by, but here again, in this time of my life, I'm able to really take time with each day, take time to get out, take time in prayer, take time with my morning devotion to the Lord God, And the rest of my day is sometimes filled with people along my journey. And that's what, one of the phases I want to bring in next is to interview and to let you guys meet some of my friends along this path that I meet out here. And we'll get to see them. And there's some really cool that I've met in my journeys here in the hill country and throughout Texas. So, I watch a lot of other YouTube channels and support them. And along their journeys, man, I love watching people. I love watching the places that people go, because this life is truly wonderful. Here is some little spring that feeds into this body of water that we're along here. And as we go down, I don't think we'll see any fish, but the water's pretty clear today. Let's see if something's swimming next to the bank here today. I don't see anything. But yeah, that's a little spring that flows right into here. And I usually catch some good bass on this part of this little creek. And again, we're making our way up through the trail. So it's probably going to be up to 75, 78 degrees today. And here we are in December. That's Texas for you. In the springtime, it'll probably be colder than it is in the winter time here. The next 2 months in Texas, January, February, we'll probably get down into the teens, maybe a couple of days. Who knows? Texas always throws you some surprises. And you can be wearing a t-shirt one day and full-blown thermal underwear the next day, That's Texas. You gotta love it, as they say. And I do, man. I love Texas. Got these oaks that are springing up back here on this back side of the park as we come up here in the Lady Bird Trail. I'll take y'all through. Very quiet place out here. Somebody owns some property on the south side of this park, and you can see the fence here. And I usually catch some deer running through this part. A lot of trees in here. It's really a shaded spot of the park. Beautiful place. I totally enjoy it. I'll take you guys up to where the dam is that holds the water in Lady Bird Park. There is a nice golf course up here. I just saw the parking lot and it is full. A lot of people out enjoying this beautiful Sunday. Beautiful weather again. Almost, in the upper 70s here in December. Santa Claus is not going to be too happy, and his reindeer, they're going to be upset that it's not cold down here in Texas. But again, if you live out this way, you'll start to notice, if you've lived in Texas more than 4 or 5 years, we're not a consistently cold place. And I think as Texans, we love that. We would not be able to function in a cold atmosphere. I think I've talked about it. I have some friends in Wisconsin, and they always tell me, man, it's -5 up here. And I'm like, well, I'd come see you, but I wouldn't want to be ya. It is cold up there. And I'm sure I've had some friends from North Dakota come into Texas and stayed a couple of our summers and never came outside if they didn't have to. And so even a couple of people from North Dakota that I knew in Victoria, Texas, when I was living there back in the 90s, I met some people, and I think they moved back within a year. They could not handle the heat down here. So, you become acclimated as you've lived in Texas all your life to the heat that we have in our summers. And I find it beautiful. I find it very, very much a time to get out, hit some water, and find a place where you can get in the water or have a good AC at your house. And we keep the energy guys busy, or the energy guys busy at those power plants here in Texas in the summer. But I can just imagine my friends in Wisconsin, they're keeping those guys up there busy. Oh man. Again, talked to some of my friends up there, and they go ice fishing in the winter, and I love fishing, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys have tried that. I've never tried ice fishing, but I hear it is amazing. It's fun. Like I said, coming from the point of view from a fisherman, you'd fish in any weather, any climate, in any place, but I have not done that yet. I think there may be a time that I come to find out that I would like it. Now, yesterday, I was going through New Braunfels area, and one of the things that I did was I went down to the Guadalupe River, and I noticed there was a bunch of people fly fishing at this time. I was going through Canyon Lake, the bottom of Canyon Lake, coming out of Canyon Lake, going back towards New Braunfels, and there were probably 100 people fishing, fly fishing down in the Guadalupe River. And I'll tell you what, those guys were serious. They had on their waders, they had on all their gear, they had the right fly fishing poles, they were suited up, and there were couples out there. I could tell there was husbands and wives and kids and dads and moms. It was almost a family affair, I'm pretty sure, but they were definitely into it. And I have heard if you fish and you haven't fly fished, those guys will tell you you haven't fished. So that's another one I want to try out. If you've tried it, let me know. Leave me some words in the comments what you think about fly fishing. I have heard it is the cat's meow. We're going to continue on our way on this trail. I want to show y'all a big yucca plant. I believe that's what it's called. We'll walk up here and we'll look at it. It's one of the biggest I've ever seen in my life. So, again, on this property, across this fence, they have cattle, and there's always some good deer walking through there. Beautiful. You can see on this tree, this oak, some of the colors of fall that we have in Texas. I think it's really that these leaves are just dried out, but they sure are pretty. Drawn up and showing their colors here in the fall. And this is what Texas gets. We do get some red, yellow, green. Some, of course, green, but I'm sorry, red, yellow, and the good old fall right here. You can see some of the colors. But man, driving down the roads through the hill country, I have seen some beautiful displays of colors through all the trees, turning, and I didn't even have to drive up to Massachusetts or, New England to see the colors this year. They were, I think because we haven't had a lot of rain, a lot of these trees, their leaves are dying and they're just busting out with color. A friend of mine was talking about that. And last year, I don't remember the colors being so vivid, so beautiful. But this year, the colors were everywhere. So I was really enjoying that. Now, this trail we're on the south side of Lady Bird, and we're coming up on a golf course. I don't know, let me see. I'll zoom in some and you can see some of the guys out on the course out there. You can see their red shirt way out there, and there's a guy walking. So we're right outside the golf course here at Lady Bird Johnson Park. All right, we're gonna round the bend and I'll show you their little garden out here. Really pretty. I'm glad you guys could come on this walk with me. Usually walk it by myself, but I thought I'd take you all with me. All right, well, look at that. Now, is that big or what? I am not very tall. I'm about 5'6.5", maybe 5'7" when I tell a story. But yeah, man, that thing has got to be 8 foot. And let me see if I'm standing up with it. So you can see it shoots out over my head. I don't want to get too close. It might stab me in the back. But yeah, that thing is tall. It's one big daddy. And another beautiful century plant in there. And I think they're all just, well, it says cactus and succulents. And I believe there's a little tab you can highlight and find all the information on if you come out here. Find all the information on what's out here. But in the springtime, these flowers will be blooming, beautiful. We'll come back in the spring. And here's the golf course. You can take a look. You can see all those carts going by right there. There's just a bunch of people out at the course today. Ladybird. These guys are having a good, beautiful day to be out on the course. All right. And of course, this should be the Texas state flower, but it's not. The old cactus. Does anybody know before I say what the Texas state flower is? I'm sure there's many people on here that are from Texas that know. So I'm going to give you another 30 seconds and then I'll shout it out. The state flower of Texas. Come on. Anybody. Somebody. Give me an answer. All right. 20 seconds. And I'll let you in on that secret. It is not a secret. It is a beautiful flower. And Fredericksburg has thousands of them in the springtime. All right, I think we'll go ahead and give you the answer. The bluebonnet. Texas bluebonnet. One beautiful budding flower here in the hill country. And here again, we have this nice body of water flowing through Lady Bird Johnson Park in Fredericksburg, Texas. All right, we'll come down the trail, taking it easy on these steps. It's not a bad hike at all, and it's not a hard hike either. We've got a little trail that goes off that way, another 50-60 yards, and the trail ends there. Now we're going to come back out, and I'll take you guys over to the dam. All right, a little more Texas trivia. All right, who knows what the Texas state bird is? Give y'all a 30 seconds. Da 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 da. All right. I love this part of the trail where this tree overhangs. I think that tree was meant to be right there. Perfect on this trail. And again, I think you guys are getting the feeling of how beautiful it is out here. Why people come out and spend a day walking and hiking. I hear some voices up ahead on the trail. There's a little family ahead of me. The little kids' voices are always great to hear out here. And laughter. Good to be a kid in Ladybird Park today. So again, that bird gave y'all a little more than 30 seconds. The mockingbird is the state bird of Texas. All right, here we go, folks. Let's see. We'll wait on these guys and give y'all another view of this beautiful, beautiful body of water stretching through here. All right, we'll come up on this little climb. Beautiful place to hike. Perfection. And you can see there's a little overlook up here that we were at a while ago, coming down the trail. Now, I don't like to throw any names out there, but I got a friend here. I'm just gonna say his first name. His name is Joe, and I spent some time with him this afternoon. We had a meal fit for a king out at Ranch Road Burgers in High, Texas. To me, it's really not in High, Texas. It's in Stonewall, but I think they consider themselves High. And that is one great burger. You guys haven't gone out there and tried, if you come into Fredericksburg, look up Ranch Road Burgers. I'm gonna throw them out there, man. That's one of my favorite burgers. And the meat is flavored through and through, big patty, good food, man. Fries are crinkle fries, which, you know, like I said, I grew up with crinkle fries and I love them. And they have giant chicken wings. They have mushrooms. I have not tried those yet, but everybody in the place when I go in there usually has a plate of mushrooms, fried mushrooms, and they are raving on them. So try that out when you get out there. Probably really good. If they're anything like their hamburger, then they're exquisite. So again, there's a plug, and a plug for my buddy Joe. If he ever watches this, he'll know who I'm talking about, and those that are close to me, you know Joe. I call him Kokomo Joe. All right, we're gonna keep going. All right, we're coming up on this next tree that comes down to the river and goes right into the water. Beautiful, taking a drink right there, right by the river. I'm gonna try to get you guys out in a few minutes over here to this beautiful dam that they built that dams up this body of water. Now again, the fish out here, you can catch fish, but I'm gonna tell you what, you better be a good fisherman. They might be nice and jump on your line, but I'll tell you this, they ain't gonna give up easy. They're very picky on what they chew on and what they take into their mouth, because I think this is a very pressured place to fish. A lot of people come out here. You know, you can find days where there's nobody here, but I'm sure a Saturday is packed in the park itself. And I've never encountered more than maybe 6, 7, 8 people on the trails here. But again, it is nice. Now we've got a little fisherman. No, he's not fishing. He's down here on his phone. But here's the dam. You can see the water falling over into the creek. And there's a old Mr. Turtle sitting up there enjoying this spot. Get a zoom in on him. Good old box turtle, or just a river turtle. Mr. Turtle is what I'll give him a name, to be exact. And the water slowly falling over. This little young man on the dam down there, enjoying a beautiful day, as I am. Give y'all another view of the straight across this dam here. You can see how nice this is. Like I said, I take a lot of shots of the sunset out here and spend a lot of time out here sharing my life and my prayers. I'll come out here and say a couple of prayers and do some deep thinking sometimes, as we all should. Take some time in nature. So here is one of the insect orders. It tells you what all you could run into out here. Well, basically it is dragonflies all on here, and that's what's cool about this little park. They give you a lot of explanation of what's in the park, what's going on in the park. And there is a parking spot above the creek, and it has a lot about the park. There's a bird viewing area that's really cool. I've sat there and viewed birds out here. And again, here's another little post that you can see the marsh area. If you didn't know, they're going to tell you, and that's kind of cool. And the creators of this park were very thoughtful in that manner. There goes one of our state birds. I just saw him fly across. I don't know if the camera picked him up. Good old mockingbird, Texas state bird. You'd think it would be the turkey, but no, we got the mockingbird, and we love him. So here we go, coming back to the point I started talking with you guys on, and I think we're going to end it here. But I've enjoyed chatting with y'all on my little hike. It's good to get out, spread your legs, and get out and get that old heart pumping. There's nothing like being in the sun, letting it touch your face, letting your eyes take in some beauty, get some thoughts going, and take some thoughts in and shove some out. Just take the good in and leave the bad. And what I'll tell you guys again is, y'all come along with me next time. I won't do you any harm, but either way, have a good day.